Welcome back to Be Unique Stories. Today we have two exciting stories for you. Rapunzel by the Brothers Grimm and Jack and the Beanstalk by Joseph Jacobs. Rapunzel. A long time ago there lived a woman who longed for a baby of her own. She wanted this so much that she became ill. One day the woman looked out of her window and saw some lettuce growing in the garden next door.
I feel as though I shall die if I don't eat some of that lettuce,
she said to her husband. Now a witch lived in the house next door, but the man loved his wife, so that night he crept over the wall of the garden.
Do you dare to steal from me?
Hissed a voice. It was the witch. The poor man was terrified.
I'll let you go,
said the witch,
if you give me your first child.
The man agreed, thinking that he would have no children. But a few months later, his wife did give birth to a baby girl. True to his promise, the man took her to the witch. The witch took good care of the little girl, calling her Rapunzel. As she grew older, Rapunzel became very beautiful. So the jealous witch locked her up in a high tower. When the witch wanted to visit Rapunzel, she would call out,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
The girl would lower her thick braided hair from the window and the witch would climb up it. One day, a prince rode through the forest, hidden amongst the trees. He watched what happened and waited until the witch was gone. Then went to the bottom of the tower and called,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Rapunzel did as she was asked. She was very astonished to see the young man climbing into the room. Rapunzel and the prince soon fell in love. All went well until Rapunzel, by mistake, told the witch of her visitor. In a fury, the witch cut off the girl's hair and sent her to a desert far away. When the prince arrived, the witch lowered the cut hair from the window, then made him fall into the brambles below. The prince was not killed, but his eyes were made blind by the thorns. For years he wandered in search of Rapunzel. At last, one day, he found her. As she clung to him, her tears of joy healed his eyes. Together they returned to the prince's kingdom and lived happily ever after. Jack and the Beanstalk.
We shall have to sell our cow,
said Jack's mother.
We have no more money.
So Jack set off to market with the cow. But on the way, he met a stranger.
Why walk all the way to market?
Asked the man.
I'll take the cow now, and I'll give you these magic beans in return.
Jack was delighted to have a handful of magic beans, but his mother was not so happy. She threw them out the window. The next morning, a huge bean plant had grown beside the house. Now Jack was a lazy boy, but he was brave too. He clambered out of the window and began to climb up the beanstalk. At the top of the beanstalk was a land above the clouds. Far away he could see a huge castle and he set off toward it. Just as night was falling, Jack reached it and knocked. A woman came to the door and looked at him in surprise.
You can't stay here,
she said.
The ogre, my husband, eat boys.
But she let Jack come in for some bread and cheese. Suddenly the floor began to shake.
It's my husband,
cried the woman.
Hide in the oven, quick!
The ogre's huge voice bellowed across the vast room.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive, be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
Oh, that's just the soup ready for your supper,
said his wife. Then the ogre shouted,
Bring me my hen.
His wife went out and fetched a white hen. The ogre took the hen and cried,
Lay.
To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg, Again and again the ogre ordered the hen to lay until there were 12 golden eggs on the table. Then he fell asleep. When he heard the ogre snoring, Jack jumped out of the oven, picked up the magic hen and ran away. He scrambled down the beanstalk, calling out,
Mother, bring the axe!
As soon as he was on the ground, Jack cut through the beanstalk with a mighty blow, and the ogre who had been chasing him fell to his death.
Why, Jack?
Cried his mother.
That is the hen that the wicked ogre stole from your poor father. Now our troubles are over. I will never call you a lazy boy ever again, for you have saved us all.
So Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, and no more magic beans were ever grown in their garden. Join us again for some more bedtime stories with Be Unique drama.